So today we are going to talk about Etsy and Pinterest. Yeah, because Etsy and Pinterest are best friends. So why are Etsy and Pinterest best friends? How do I come about that? So that's easy. Etsy is a very visual platform where you can sell your handmade good. So visual and handmade, these are the keywords. And Pinterest is the same, but it's kind of a search engine. So on Pinterest, you find the products you can sell on Etsy. And that's why both go hand in hand. So if you are going to post images on Pinterest, you're most likely that they are getting discovered because Pinterest is a search engine, and then people click through to your Etsy store, and that is what we are going to do. We make people click. And how do we do that? Well, once again, we provide the best pictures ever. So it's not about just grabbing your Etsy pictures, which should also be an outstanding quality, but it's also about brushing these images up and then posting those in a format which is perfect for Pinterest on Pinterest, and then people discover them, repin them, save them on their own boards, they get discovered and repinned again, and you see the power is repinning again and again and again. So people will not just click through today, but in a year from today as well. So if you have not just 100 but 500,000 images on Pinterest from your items you're selling on Etsy, can you imagine what amount of traffic can come from Pinterest to Etsy? Right, it's huge. So this is a huge thing for you, and you should really try to discover Pinterest and see how it goes for your product. So now I'm going to show you how to create the perfect Pinterest picture and post it and make people click through to Etsy. So in this video, I want to show you how to use the artistic Instagram stories pack and create something like this. So this is a template from the pack, and I just added some images, and I can also change the fonts here or the text, of course, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So let me close that one. I first thought these templates are a little bit flashy or intrusive, just because they have so bold colors. Let me show you. And I thought when I add my image, it doesn't come out anymore. But actually, it is a really nice pack, and I can show you how it works. It works for nearly any image. You just have to stay in the same range. So I have chosen template number 4, but you can choose, of course, whatever you want. Don't forget, here are also the fonts inside, and when I now open that, it keeps telling me that fonts are missing. So here's an ivory hard solid, and there's a museo sans surreal, whatever, it's missing. So I'm going to install the fonts right now. So ivory hard, just double click and install. You see nothing easier than that. So, and that one. Okay, both are installed. So now I doubt that they already are showing up, right? So I click cancel, and I also click cancel here, and just reopen the image. So now it knows the fonts are installed, and I know what the name of the stories are. So now we have the layers palette. Let me get that out there, and you can see that there are different layers in the layers palette which say place your image here, and those are the layers I need to work on. So here is one, and there, and then we change the text. Okay, so first let me get the image I have chosen, and I have chosen something colorful. As I said, I first was a little bit irritated because I thought it was a little bit intrusive, but you know, when we add it, you will see it looks much better. So anyway, let's get the image into Photoshop. And now I make the size. So when I double click on that, so the layers palette is in the background. Let me get that inside here. So when I now double click here, it's pulling up and I can see what the size of this image is. When I press Command Alt I, it's coming up and it says 1920. I usually keep the higher number here in mind. So height is 1920, and that is what I'm resizing the image to. Cancel. Again, Command Alt I, and I put in here 1920. Click OK. So it's a little bit smaller now, and then I add it here. And I first start with the left side because I want to do it from left to right, but we can change that at any time. So click close, and yes, I need to save it. And when you don't merge the layers, this is what happens, and this is not something you want. So click cancel once again and make sure you have merged visible. So it's just one layer and it knows actually what to do and doesn't save it as a PSD file. So click save, and then it is taken into the image. You see, now it looks a little bit strange because here's a lot of white on the top, but we can move the image around, and even if I press Command T, I can resize it, so I can just make it to my liking, and the part of the image, I can put it to my liking. So I will now just double click, and the next one. So let's go to the next one. Again, I press Command Alt I to make sure it's also 1920, and it is. So click OK, and now again I pull in the image, and now I go a little bit into the middle. As you know, we can change that, so it's not a big deal. So merge visible, click close, save, OK, and now it's standing on here on the left. So I press Command T and I tell it to just move around. So go to edit and then transform, and then need to turn it counterclockwise so I have it in the right direction here. And again, I will make it bigger here, so the image has a nice area of displaying. So you choose what you want to display, but I think that looks nice already. We can work on that a little later, but for now that's how it works. So, and the last one, double click once again just to make sure it's all the same, but it is of course 1920. Okay, I just move the image in, and now I choose the right side, and don't forget to merge, and then click OK, save, and you have it inside. Okay, let me close that now. We need to turn it around once again. Looks a little bit strange, doesn't it? Command T, and again edit, transform, and now it's clockwise. And yeah, here is another part of the puzzle, so it looks a little bit like a puzzle, doesn't it? Okay, so now let's see what area we choose. Yeah, that looks nice in my eyes, so I make sure it's on the right dimension, and then just choose an area. Okay, so now I may want to change here whatever is on it, and I say, okay, it's a color festival. You see I write with O, and you can change that. Okay, and you can say link in bio, or you can just say something else, whatever you want here. Impression, it's too long, right? So we stick with mix, must be the easiest. If you may get another word in mind, you can use it, of course. You can also move that around, so it's really flexible, and here you can change that as well. But if you like it now and you are done, you can just click File, Save As, and then don't forget to save it on the desktop and not in PSD, not in your Insta story, and don't replace anything. I just choose 4 and I name it Color Festival, and then click Save. So now I have it on my desktop.